Thunder! Thunder! ThunderKitten! Ho! I knew there was a downed tree around here somewhere. It was a big red oak. But I can't find it because these weeds are so damn tall.
Oh, you said ThunderKitten.
What? Oh, yeah, right. ThunderKitten, give me sight beyond sight. Ooh, there it is. Let's go get it. Out of gas. There's something that has to be said here, and that is there is a huge difference between working a saw and cutting cookies. I mean, cutting cookies has its purposes, but there ain't nothing like actually working it. So this saw is awesome. Yeah, it's a 50cc little teeny tiny lightweight chassis with 60cc power. That is exactly what it is, and that's amazing. Yeah, that's got as much power as the Timberwolf. Okay. Last cut of the day. We're gonna span this whole distance, whatever that is. We gotta load all this stuff up now. So that's it for today. I knew that it would get better as it broke in, and it definitely has. But I think the big thing is using it in a real world setting makes you understand what it'll actually do. And this is straight up the power of a 60cc saw in a 50cc chassis. And yes, it is absolutely impressive. It feels as though it has just as much power as my muffler modded and carburetor modded Echo 590. It feels like it has just as much power and torque, everything, as a Husqvarna 61. The Poland 3750. Yes, it's freaking impressive. It's a 460 Rancher. It's got as good or better power than those saws. I'm telling you that it's legit. Yeah, it's legit. It's the power of a 60cc saw in a 50cc chassis. So at this point, you have to ask yourself, what the hell's the purpose of a 60cc saw? Unless you're going to modify it, you know. But it's a very, very, very impressive little saw. All right. I'm shocked. It's awesome. All right. I hope you like the ThunderKitten. There will be more of it in the future. Okay, guys. So, you probably don't have any real idea I mean, you can imagine, which is what, it's fine, you know, everybody imagines, but this editing takes such a long time. And anyways, and you know, I like doing it, so I'm not going to stop. I like these special, fun little videos. You know, laugh at them, laugh at me. Go, damn, Bodie, you are the worst actor ever. I am, and I'm also not a very good editor. I mean, I'm okay, you know, but ThunderKitten. But with this video, guys, I really struggled with it. Not just the editing and all that stuff, but whenever I got that little saw, the last saw that I had ran was the 592 XP. And then I run this thing. And there's two things to look at. One, the last saw I ran and how it affected things. And two, what's the second thing? Oh, yeah. And number two is the saw needed to break in. It still needs to break in. At this point, I have put about 4 tanks through it. I think I'm on the 5th tank right now. And this thing's going to take a good 10 tanks before it breaks in. And, but when I first ran it, I was like, yeah, you know, that's a good saw. That's awesome. I like it. And that was it, you know, and so I had all kinds of little footage with that, which I'll show you guys. But I didn't want that to be the first showing of this saw because it was lackluster, to say the least. I was like, meh. I mean, yeah, it's good. It is really good. It's the strongest 50cc saw I've ever ran. But, and I even said it, is it magical? No, it's not magical, you know. But the more I ran it, and the more real world situations that I was in, the more amazed I was at that little saw. And what I just said, where I was like, yeah, it's the power of a 60cc saw and a 50cc chassis. No, I mean, it's more like the power of a 65cc saw. Yep. It's amazing. I don't think that other saws respond that well to porting. At least, I don't think so because of what I've seen. I've seen ported videos. We're talking just videos. I've seen ported 550s. I've seen ported 261s. I've seen ported 346 XPs and all of this stuff. I've seen the videos, and they never looked like, whoa, that thing really came alive like these Echoes look. Especially whenever Charles Brisco ports them. They just look phenomenal. And I found myself going, it can't be that good. Well, I have one now. Like I said, I just started my 5th tank. And I'm here to tell you, it is that good. That little saw is freaking amazing. The craziest thing about it, and I can't really wrap my head around it. I haven't put a 3/8 chain on it yet. The 325 chain could be affecting me oddly. But the craziest thing about it is how light the chassis is. So whenever you're running it, and it does something weird like a cutter catches, right? It doesn't just, you know, it pulls you. And I think that's like, let's say the power is identical. Let's just say the power is identical to the power of a 372 XP. Okay? In a 372 XP, that power feels like this, right? But in this little tiny 4910 Echo that weighs 10.5 pounds for the power head, that power, that exact same power, feels like this. Now, am I saying that it puts out power like a 372 XP? I have my doubts with that, but I've seen Joe's dyno results, and on the same dyno with the same operator, and he is trusted. Yeah, it's putting out extremely similar numbers to that, to a 372 XP. I don't think that it will cut like I don't have a 372 XP anymore. I've got my Johnson Red 2171. Same thing. I do not think it'll cut with my Johnson Red. I don't think it'll cut as fast. I don't think that it'll cut, pull a chain as well. So, like bigger bars type of thing. All of that stuff. I do not think that it has that power. It might, but it's so hard to tell. And I don't care. I don't ever want to run a 28-inch bar and cut 30-inch wood with this. I don't want that. So I don't care if it has as much power or not. But you see me. I am struggling to try to describe the power in that little saw. I can't do it. It's not unmanageable. It's not like a freak. It's not weird. Like the 592 that I now currently have, that thing is aggressive as it's crazy. And that thing feels way more powerful than this Echo, right? It is. I mean, I'm not saying it's even close, but they feel different. The Echo, and it could be just because it's running that 325 chain, but it doesn't feel as violent as that 592 does. So, see, I'm having a hard time. The little saw rips. And I look forward to putting it against my 65cc saws and seeing if it'll beat them with a 3/8 chain. The 325, the chain, we got to put the chains on even keel if we're going to actually measure the power head and its capabilities. But it definitely has the power of a very good running 60cc saw. Possibly the power of bigger. That's all I can really tell you. It's nuts, man. It's an amazing saw. And there you go. I still, after all of that, I don't think that I summed it up. It's awesome. One thing is for sure, what I said in the video, what's the point of a 60cc saw? Unless you're going to port it and it runs like a 70cc saw, But this is why people spend money on ported saws. My advice to you guys is find a good, trusted saw porter and save up your money and send it and get it ported and polished. Of course, some saws respond much, much better to this than others. I think the main reason why this little Echo, I mean, of course, Charlie is fantastic, but I think the main reason why this little Echo specifically is off the charts good is because it's modern technology, yet it has not been muddied. The waters have not been muddied by stratification. It's still old school in its design. They just took that and they created, built the transfers and everything in the right manner, and then all it takes is a really skilled machinist, mechanic, something, whatever you want to call you guys, somebody like Charlie, to really bring it out. He brought the porn star out in that thing, man. It was just working it. All right, later.